Most people today are not physically weak. They are mentally exhausted. Too much information. Too many opinions. Too many distractions fighting for attention. And slowly, the mind loses its sharpness. But some books do the opposite. They rebuild your thinking. They train emotional control. And they make you mentally dangerous. A powerful book is not entertainment. It is psychological training. The right sentence at the right moment can completely change how you react to pain, fear, rejection, and failure. Some books teach knowledge. But a few books teach inner strength. Those are the books that change lives. Mental strength is not about becoming emotionless. It is about staying calm when life becomes chaotic. It is the ability to think clearly under pressure. To keep moving when motivation disappears. To control your emotions instead of obeying them. And the books in this video were written exactly for that purpose. The first book is Meditations. Written nearly 2,000 years ago, yet more relevant than ever. Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. But instead of writing about power, he wrote about discipline. About pain. About death. About controlling the mind. This book teaches one brutal truth. You cannot control life. You can only control your response. Most suffering comes from interpretation. Not reality itself. The Stoics believe that events are neutral. Your judgment creates emotional chaos. When you stop reacting emotionally to everything, you become stronger than most people. That is why Stoicism is making a huge comeback today. The second book is Can't Hurt Me. This is not a comfortable book. It is a wake-up call. David Goggins shows what happens when a human being stops making excuses. Pain becomes training. Discomfort becomes growth. Weakness becomes fuel. This book forces you to confront the version of yourself you keep avoiding. Most people quit mentally before they quit physically. The body still has energy. But the mind says stop. Goggins calls this the 40% rule. According to him, most people only use a fraction of their potential. The rest is blocked by fear and comfort. The third book is The 48 Laws of Power. This book is controversial. Because it exposes how power actually works in the real world. Manipulation. Status. Human nature. Strategic thinking. It teaches you to see the hidden games people play every day. The world is not always fair. And mentally strong people understand reality instead of escaping from it. This book sharpens awareness. You begin to notice social dynamics everywhere. You stop being naive. And you start thinking several moves ahead. But mental strength is not only about toughness. It is also about focus. Clarity. Attention. Because in the modern world, distraction is one of the biggest forms of weakness. Deep work teaches a rare skill. The ability to focus deeply in a distracted world. Today, attention is under attack. Social media trains shallow thinking. Notifications destroy concentration. And most people can no longer sit alone with their thoughts. This book helps rebuild mental sharpness. Focus is a superpower now. The people who can concentrate for long periods will dominate the future. Because deep thinking creates rare ideas. Rare ideas create opportunities. And opportunities create freedom. Mental strength is not built in one dramatic moment. It is built daily. Quietly. Repeatedly. And that is the core idea behind Atomic Habits. Small actions repeated consistently become identity. Your habits shape your mind. Strong minds are created through routines. Not motivation. Motivation disappears. Systems remain. The strongest people in the world often rely on simple habits repeated for years. This may be one of the most powerful books ever written. Man's Search for Meaning was written by a man who survived concentration camps during World War II. He lost almost everything. Yet he discovered something extraordinary. People can survive unimaginable suffering if they have meaning. Purpose gives pain direction. Without meaning, suffering destroys people. But with meaning, suffering can transform them. This book changes how you see hardship forever. Every strong mind has been shaped by ideas. No one becomes resilient by accident. The way you think determines the way you live. And books are compressed wisdom from people who mastered struggle before you. Sometimes the biggest enemy is not the world. It is yourself. The mountain is you explore self-sabotage and emotional healing. Why we repeat destructive patterns. Why we fear change. And why growth often feels uncomfortable. Transformation requires honesty. Real growth begins when you stop lying to yourself. That is one of the hardest things a human can do. Mental strength also affects money. Because financial success is mostly psychological. The psychology of money explains how emotions influence wealth. Patience. Greed. Fear. Impulse. Most financial mistakes are emotional mistakes. Wealth is not built through intelligence alone. It is built through behavior. People who control emotions make better long-term decisions. And better decisions create better lives. Books are silent mentors. You may never meet the authors. Yet their thoughts can completely change your future. One idea can save years of confusion. Most people spend their entire lives trying to be accepted. Trying to fit in. Trying to avoid judgment. But this book asks a dangerous question. What if the need for approval is the very thing making you weak? Real freedom begins when you stop living for other people's expectations. The courage to be disliked teaches that your past does not define you. Trauma is real. Pain is real. But your identity is not fixed forever. You can choose who you become next. And that idea changes everything. The moment you stop chasing validation, your mind becomes quieter, stronger, clearer. Because mentally strong people do not need everyone to understand them. They understand themselves. Life will test you. Again and again. There will be failure, loss, rejection, pain. But the obstacle is the way teaches one timeless truth. The obstacle is not stopping you. The obstacle is training you. Every challenge carries hidden strength inside it. Pressure creates resilience. Difficulty creates discipline. Struggle creates wisdom. And the people who grow the most are often the ones who suffered the most. Mental strength looks quiet. It is not loud confidence. It is calm discipline. It is emotional control. It is clarity under pressure. And every book in this video trains one part of that mindset. The modern world rewards distracted people with entertainment. But rewards focused people with freedom. Most people will stay mentally weak because comfort is easier. But a few people decide to train their minds intentionally. And over time, they become unstoppable. Your mind can become your greatest weapon. Or your greatest prison. The difference is what you feed it every day. These books are more than information. They are mental training. And if you truly apply their lessons, your entire life can change. Your future is shaped by what you repeatedly consume. Books can weaken the mind. or sharpen it? Choose wisely. Because the strongest weapon you will ever build is your mind. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more ideas on mindset, productivity, wealth, and self-mastery. And tell me in the comments, which book changed your mindset forever?